You know that moment when he's close, so close that the air between you starts to feel electric, his hand brushes against your skin. Your heartbeat skips just enough to remind you that this moment means something. He looks at you, really looks at you, and for a split second, you wonder if he feels it too. That silent pull, that invisible connection, that rush of energy that feels like gravity choosing you. Now, here's the truth most women never realize: when a man touches you, he's not just feeling your skin, he's feeling your energy. And in that exact moment, you have more power than you think. Because what you say right then, how you respond, can decide whether this becomes a moment he forgets by morning or the one he replays in his head for years. You see, attraction is easy, but emotional imprint, that deep, unforgettable spark that makes him never look at another woman, that's rare. It's not about being seductive. It's not about what you're wearing or how perfectly you smile. It's about knowing how to speak to the part of him that no one else sees, the part that craves connection but doesn't know how to ask for it. So while his hand finds its way around you, while his breath lingers near your neck, you have two choices. You can freeze, overthink, and let the moment drift away, or you can own it. You can say something so real, so emotionally intimate, that it makes him stop and think, what is this feeling? Because when a woman knows what to say while a man is touching her, she doesn't just touch his body, she touches his soul. And that's where loyalty is born. That's where desire stops being physical and starts being emotional. So today, I'm going to show you exactly what to say, how to say it, and the secret words that make a man feel something no one else has ever made him feel before. Get ready, because after this, you won't just be the woman he wants, you'll be the woman he'll never forget. When a man is close to you, really close, there's something powerful happening underneath the surface. His hand might be on your waist, his breath near your neck, but what truly connects him to you isn't the physical closeness, it's the emotional space you create in that moment. You see, men crave something deeper than touch. They crave trust, and the moment a woman makes him feel that she feels safe with him, something inside him shifts. He stops being in pursuit mode and starts becoming emotionally invested. Now, I'm not talking about safety in the literal sense, though that matters, of course. I'm talking about emotional safety, the kind that tells him you don't have to impress, you don't have to perform. I can be myself around you, and that's enough. Most women think men want excitement, tension, or chase, but the truth is what keeps a man loyal is when he feels that with you, he can finally breathe. So when he's touching you, when his hand finds yours, or he's tracing his fingers down your arm, let that moment soften. Take a slow breath. Look at him, really look at him, and say something simple but disarming like, I love how safe I feel with you. That one sentence is a quiet earthquake inside his mind, because most men never hear it. They hear compliments like, you're so handsome, or you're so funny, but safe. That's different. It tells him his presence isn't just wanted, it's trusted, it's appreciated, it's grounding. That word, safe, triggers something primal and protective in him. It makes him feel that his role in your world means something beyond attraction. You're giving him a purpose, not through dependency, but through emotional intimacy. And that's where real attachment begins. Men may not talk about it, but they have fragile egos when it comes to emotional connection. When you say, I feel safe with you, he doesn't just hear, I trust you. He hears, you make me feel calm. You make me feel at peace. And peace is the one thing a man doesn't get often in this noisy, competitive world. When he associates that calmness with you, his brain links you with emotional relief. That's the kind of bond that keeps him coming back, not out of habit, but out of need. And here's the secret. When you express that safety, it doesn't make you look weak or submissive. In fact, it makes you look powerful, because only a strong, that self-assured woman can admit vulnerability without fear. The woman who can say, you make me feel safe, isn't handing over control. She's choosing to let someone in. That's not weakness, that's feminine confidence in its purest form. Try this next time when he's holding you close and that moment feels warm and right. Lean in, smile softly and whisper, I love how calm I feel when I'm with you. Don't overthink it. Let it sound natural, almost like it slipped out accidentally. Watch his reaction. You'll notice his shoulders drop, his touch becomes gentler, his eyes soften. That's the exact moment his emotional walls lower, because he feels seen, appreciated, and trusted all at once. When a man feels safe being himself around you, he naturally wants to protect that connection. He starts choosing you not out of obligation or excitement, but because you feel like home. And once a man feels that sense of home in a woman, he doesn't go looking for it anywhere else. So remember, intimacy isn't built through attraction alone. It's built through emotional safety. When you can say with warmth and sincerity, I love how safe I feel with you. You're not just giving him a compliment, you're giving him an anchor. You're showing him that with you, he can let his guard down without losing his strength. And that's when the magic happens, when he realizes that no other woman makes him feel as calm, as trusted, or as grounded as you do. That's when loyalty stops being a promise and starts becoming instinct. There's something magnetic about a woman who can touch a man not just with her hands, but with her words. A woman who knows how to go beyond the surface, beyond the flirting, beyond the teasing, and speak directly to the part of him that no one else reaches. Because here's the truth: most people can make a man feel wanted, but very few can make him feel understood. And that's what emotional depth is all about. Showing him that you see the man behind the mask. When you're close, when his hand is on your back or your fingers are intertwined, that's your moment. Not to impress him, but to see him. To see beyond his charm, his confidence, his practiced lines. Every man has a side he hides, the side that doubts himself, the side that questions if he's enough, the side that's quietly tired of pretending he doesn't need to be seen. When you touch that part of him, he will never forget you. Most women think connection is built by being exciting, by keeping things playful, mysterious, or flirty. But real connection happens when you drop the act for a second and show that you actually notice him. That's when you look into his eyes and say something as simple and powerful as, "You know what I love about you. You make me feel seen." Pause there. Watch what happens. You'll see it in his eyes. That flicker of surprise, that silent breath that says, "She gets it," because those words, "You make me feel seen," hit deeper than any compliment about his looks or confidence. They tell him he matters, tell him he's more than his image. Men crave that kind of validation even though they rarely admit it. They want to be recognized not for what they do, not for their strength, money, or charm, but for who they are when the world stops watching. When you see that version of him and appreciate it, you become rare, you become irreplaceable. So when you're in that quiet, tender space with him, use your words to bring out his depth. Ask him gentle, grounding questions like, "What do you need most after a long day?" Or "What makes you feel most at peace?" Then listen, really listen. With your eyes, not just your ears. Don't interrupt. Don't rush to respond. That kind of attention feels like a warm light to a man who's used to being unseen. And if you want to make that moment unforgettable, take a breath and say softly, "I love how open you are with me." That single sentence makes him feel safe to keep opening up. And that's how emotional intimacy grows. It's not about saying a lot, it's about saying enough. Enough for him to feel safe, valued, and respected in his vulnerability. The beauty of showing emotional depth is that it shifts the entire dynamic. You stop being another woman who makes him feel wanted. You become the woman who makes him feel understood. And understanding builds a bond stronger than attraction ever could. Attraction might bring him closer, but emotional connection keeps him there. Because when you show a man that you see his heart, not just his hands, his soul, not just his smile, he begins to see you differently too. You stop being part of the noise and start becoming his peace. And when you can offer that, when you can make a man feel both strong and seen in the same breath, he won't be able to imagine losing you. Because you've given him something no one else thought to offer: emotional depth in a world that only knows surface. That's how you reach the place in his heart where attraction turns into attachment and attachment turns into devotion. There's a special kind of magic in the way a woman admires a man, not with loud praise or obvious compliments, but with soft, deliberate words that make him feel seen in his power. Real admiration isn't about feeding his ego, it's about awakening his essence. When done right, it makes a man feel like he's the strongest, most capable version of himself, not because he needs validation, but because you see the strength that the rest of the world overlooks. Men are starved for genuine admiration. Think about it. Every day, they walk through life wearing invisible armor, trying to be dependable, confident, composed, while quietly wondering if anyone actually notices. They don't crave worship. crave recognition. They want to feel like someone sees the effort behind their calm, the courage behind their confidence. And when you give that to him gently, sincerely, in a way that feels authentic, you tap into something primal. You make him want to keep showing up for you. So the next time you're with him, maybe he's sitting beside you, his arm resting around you, or he's talking about something he's passionate about, slow down and look at him. Don't look at his features, look at his energy. Then say something that captures it. It doesn't have to be grand, it just has to be true. Something like, "Oh, I love how strong your energy feels." That line is soft, simple, but deeply impactful. It tells him you see his presence, not just his looks, not his status, his essence. It's not about physical strength. It's about that grounded, protective energy he naturally radiates when he's around you. And that makes him feel powerful, not in an egotistical way, but in a deeply masculine way. You see, when a woman shows subtle admiration, she's not chasing him, she's inspiring him. She's drawing out his best self. It's the kind of energy that says, "I see who you are and I appreciate it," without needing to say, "I need you." That balance between appreciation and independence is what makes it so intoxicating. Men are drawn to women who admire them without losing themselves. The moment he senses that you recognize his strength and respect your own, that's when he starts viewing you as his equal, not his follower. Because subtle admiration is not submission, it's emotional intelligence wrapped in grace. It's saying, "I see your power and it inspires me, not your power defines me." And here's the secret: the most powerful admiration isn't said, it's shown. It's the way you smile when he's talking about something he loves. It's the way you touch his arm when he's sharing a story, not because you have to, but because you genuinely enjoy his presence. It's the soft, proud look in your eyes when he does something thoughtful, no matter how small. Those moments tell him everything. They whisper, "I appreciate you," without saying a single word. And those quiet signals, the ones that most people overlook, are the ones men remember. You can also blend admiration with gentle curiosity. Ask him things like, "What made you start doing that?" Or "How did you learn that?" When you ask with genuine interest, you're telling him, "I see you. I care about what drives you." That's admiration in its most elegant form. And here's where it gets beautiful. When you admire a man with authenticity, he starts admiring you right back, because admiration is contagious. When he feels appreciated by you, he naturally wants to mirror that energy. He'll want to protect you, impress you, and love you with the same sincerity you gave him. So when you tell him, "I love how strong your energy feels," or "You have this way of calming everything around you," say it slowly, say it softly. Let your tone carry warmth, not performance. Because words said from genuine admiration carry an energy that lingers. It stays with him long after you leave the room. And that's the secret. Subtle admiration plants itself quietly in his mind, but it grows roots in his heart. It doesn't scream for attention. It commands it effortlessly. It doesn't beg for validation. It creates connection. And once you master the art of admiring a man with grace, you'll notice something incredible. He'll start showing up for you in ways he's never shown up for anyone else. Because when a man feels admired, truly admired, he doesn't just want you in his arms. He wants to deserve you. Here's the secret few women ever learn: that the most unforgettable women are not the ones who give everything, they're the ones who leave something to the imagination. The women who know when to lean in and when to pull back just enough to make him chase the moment again in his mind. Because when a man feels like he's discovered a mystery that can't be fully solved, his desire doesn't fade, it grows. When you're close to him, when his hand lingers on you, when the air feels thick with quiet energy, that's when you hold the real power. Not by doing more, not by saying more, but by letting the silence, the pause, the softness between words do the work for you. You see, attraction doesn't die because the spark disappears. It dies when there's nothing left to be curious about. And curiosity is what makes him stay. So when you're in that moment and he's touching you, don't rush to fill it with words or explanations. Slow it down. Breathe. Let him feel your calm confidence. The kind that says, "I'm completely here, but you'll never fully have all of me." That energy drives a man wild because it's rare. Most people either give too much too soon or they guard themselves completely. The woman who balances mystery with vulnerability, she's unforgettable. You can even use your words to create that energy. Whisper something like, "You have no idea what you do to me." Then stop. Smile. Don't explain. Let him wonder. That's how you plant a seed in his mind, one he'll replay long after you've walked away. because now every time he sees you, his mind fills in the blanks with his own imagination. You've given him an emotional cliffhanger. Men are hunters by instinct, but not in the cliche sense of chasing conquest. What they truly crave is the thrill of earning something that feels rare, something meaningful. And when you leave just enough mystery, when you don't reveal everything all at once, you make him want to keep learning you, keep discovering you. Think of it this way. Mystery isn't about distance, it's about depth. It's knowing that even when you're fully present, there's still more to you beneath the surface. It's the quiet confidence that says, you can touch me, you can know me, but there will always be a part of me that's mine. That energy is what keeps men emotionally hooked, not because you're playing games, but because you're maintaining your sense of self. And here's what's truly beautiful about leaving him wanting more. It turns physical attraction into emotional curiosity. It makes him start wondering, what is it about her? Why does she feel different? Why can't I stop thinking about her? Those thoughts are where loyalty begins, not through pressure, but through fascination. So how do you embody that energy? You create emotional contrast. When you're with him, be warm, be soft, make him feel your presence fully. Then, just when it feels like he's lost in you, pull back slightly, look at him with that knowing smile and say, I should go before I forget how to. It's playful, it's teasing, but it leaves a mark, because in that moment, you're showing him that while the connection feels powerful, you're still in control of it. That balance between being open and holding back is the ultimate secret to staying in his mind long after the moment ends. It's not about withholding affection, it's about creating space for him to miss you, to crave you, to think about you, because desire is born in the space between experiences. And when you know how to end a moment gracefully, when you can walk away leaving warmth instead of emptiness, that's when you become unforgettable. He'll replay that moment again and again, wondering what it is about you that feels so different. Remember this, leaving him wanting more doesn't mean holding back love or connection. It means giving just enough to ignite his heart, but not enough to let the flame burn out too fast. It's emotional pacing. It's the art of knowing that sometimes the most powerful part of the story is the part that's left untold. So when you walk away from him, don't look back to check his reaction. Just smile, because you'll know exactly what's happening. He's watching you go, silently hoping for the next moment, already addicted to the mystery of you. And that's the kind of woman he'll never get over. The woman who made him feel wonder and crave, not because she gave everything, but because she knew when to stop. So the next time he's touching you, remember, it's not just a physical moment, it's an emotional bridge. What truly makes a man never look at another woman isn't how you look under the lights, it's how you make him feel when he's with you. When you whisper something that reaches deeper than his skin, when you connect to his heart, his soul, that's when he becomes yours in ways no one else can touch. You see, attraction might draw him in, but emotion anchors him. And that anchor forms when you're confident, calm, and intentional in every touch, every word, every look. Because the truth is, men don't stay for beauty, they stay for peace, passion, and connection. Be the woman who doesn't chase approval but inspires devotion. If this spoke to you, don't just listen, embody it. Rewatch this video, practice these 5 key shifts. Use them not to control a man, but to deepen real love and intimacy. Because you deserve a relationship where you're not worried if he'll look at someone else. You deserve one where he simply can't, because his heart already knows it's home. And if you want more insights like this, hit subscribe, turn on that little bell, and join the women who are learning how to speak the language of lasting desire. Until next time, stay radiant, stay confident, and remember, when you love yourself fully, he'll have no choice but to love you endlessly.